Hello, my fellow readers. It's I, Dark Symphony 777, with our fan fiction reading. As always, the link to the story will be in the description below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notifications. Leave a comment in the comment section below and your thoughts on the story, and enjoy. So, I am reading Dororo to Hyakkimaru to Pines. It is a Dororo and Gravity Falls crossover. This was actually sent to me by one of my subscribers. I believe it was the Broadmeister? I believe so. Broadmeister, something like that. I can't remember every single one of my subscribers. So, I got like 2 other stories to line up there. I'm gonna be releasing these over the next 3 days. This was gonna come out. This is the one that's gonna come out today on the 29th. So let's get started. Dipper reread the journal as he and his sister Mabel were preparing a trap for the demon spotted in the woods. The Eaten Moment, also known as the Cloth Demon. A long bolt of cloth that flies and wraps itself around unsuspecting victims, smothering them. Take caution when encountering this demon. Dipper turned to his sister. Okay, Mabel, you got your sewing supplies? Yep, said Mabel, holding up a sewing basket. I even got a thread ripper, just in case. Great, said Dipper. I'll just mix up some bleach water and all we'll have to do is wait. Dipper mixed up a tub of water with just a little bleach. They waited for some time. It was quiet, but perhaps a bit too quiet. Well, yeah, usually when something like that happens, it's always a surprise. All of a sudden, a bolt of cloth snuck up on Mabel, muffling her voice. Mabel! Cried Dipper as he rushed to his sister's aid. Dipper got out of the tub of bleach water and threw it at the Eaten Moment, but missed. Shoot! I knew I shouldn't have kept skipping gym class. I mean, yeah. The other end of the Eaten Moment grabbed Dipper and held him in the air as it tried to smother him. As Dipper was about to take his last breath, he felt something start to cut the cloth. Both Dipper and Mabel fell to the ground and were astounded to see a long-haired teenager with swords for arms among shreds of cloth. Okay, so sorry, like anime Edward Scissorhands. A younger boy ran over to him and with wooden arms in his arms. Wow, Aniki, you really did a number on that demon, said the boy, as he inserted the wooden hands onto the teenager's sword arms like cheeks. The young boy then looked over to see Dipper and Mabel staring at both of them in shock and confusion. Oh, hi, said the boy. I'm Dororo. Dororo then pointed to the teenager. This is Hyakkimaru. He just saved you from that Eaten Moment. Does he have swords for arms? Asked Dipper. That and other fake body parts, said Dororo. Some demons took away most of his body, and with each demon he slays, he gets a body part back. All of a sudden, Hyakkimaru's prosthetic eyes popped out of his head, scaring Dipper and Mabel. Oh, cool! His real eyes must be growing in, said Dororo. Hyakkimaru blinked a bit, adjusting his eyes to the light. When he started talking in the sight of the 3 children staring at him and the woods that surrounded them. That's right, you get your eyes used to sight, said Dororo. Oh, okay then, said Dipper. Well, we best be going. Dipper, don't be rude, said Mabel. We should show them around Gravity Falls. Mabel, there's only so much weirdness I can take in a day. True, said Dipper. But Dipper, this is the first time Hyakkimaru is able to see. We should help introduce some new things to him so he gets used to his grammar error right there. Used to his new eyes, said Mabel. Besides, it's only hospitable to show our new friends around. I mean, we call them friends. Dipper sighed. Okay, but let's not try to freak out everyone. Freak anyone out. Yay, said Mabel as she went over to Dororo and Hyakkimaru. Come on, you two would love Gravity Falls. I don't know if they're going to love the Grunkle Stan. Let's see. Is Grunkle Stan going to show up? Dipper and Mabel led Dororo and Hyakkimaru back to the Mystery Shack. Here we are, the Mystery Shack, where our great Uncle Stan shows off fake mysteries, said Dipper. We call him Grunkle Stan, said Mabel. Dororo and Hyakkimaru looked around oh my god, see if I can try to pronounce this. Yes. I know for sure I butchered that. Like a boss. And fake taxidermy. It was quite a lot for the 2 of them to take in, especially Hyakkimaru. It wasn't until he turned his head and screamed when he saw one of the stuffed creatures in front of him. Hyakkimaru, don't worry, it's just our Grunkle Stan, said Mabel. What's going on? Asked Grunkle Stan, standing there in confusion as he looked at the teen and little boy. Well, you see, Grunkle Stan, Hyakkimaru got his body taken away from him, and every time he slays a demon, a part of his body comes back. So he defeated Eaton Moment that was attacking Dipper and me. So his eyes grew back, and he's getting used to seeing things, and Dipper and I decided to show him and Dororo around Gravity Falls, said Mabel. None of what you just said registered in my mind, said Grunkle. Don't worry, I'm confused too, said Dipper. You and me both. Dororo looked around the mystery shop and went over to Grunkle Stan. You know, sir, you got a fine collection of monsters in your shop. Have you tried adding some Japanese yokai into your collection? I think you can attract more customers if you do. I'm listening, said Grunkle Stan. Well, first off, I would take some old hats, umbrellas, sandals, and whatever you got and put eyes on them, said Dororo. Sounds lazy and cheap. Sounds cheap and lazy, said Grunkle Stan. Tell me more! Sorry. I sounded a little too enthusiastic with that. Dororo started talking as Grunkle Stan listened intently to his ideas, and they walked out of the room. Mabel then went over to Hyakkimaru. Well, I guess it's just you and me, Hyakkimaru, said Mabel. Hyakkimaru said nothing. Not much of a talker, eh? Asked Mabel. That's okay. I'll talk for you. Mabel, this isn't an excuse to try and go on a date with Hyakkimaru, is it? Asked Dipper. Of course not, said Mabel. I just want to show him some new things now that he has real eyes. Mabel then took Hyakkimaru's wooden hand. Come on, I want to show you my pet pig, Waddles! Mabel took Hyakkimaru upstairs and got out Waddles. This is my pet pig. His name is Waddles, because he waddles. Waddle, 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 waddle. Hyakkimaru stared at the pig. Waddles stared back and reached his foot out as if to say, hello. See, he likes you, said Mabel. Hyakkimaru reached one of his wooden hands out to Waddles and smiled as he pet him. Aw, I'm glad you two are getting along, said Mabel. Waddles then started to grunt. What's that, Waddles? I show Hyakkimaru my dictionary? That's a great idea! Mabel ran over to herself and got out a book filled with stickers. These stickers fall into general distinct categories. There are puffy stickers, googly eye stickers, bumper stickers, scratch and sniff, nip and touch, listen on tape. Listen on tape? Nope. Don't question it. And price stickers. You can get the price stickers for free at the store. Okay. Hyakkimaru looked on in curiosity and confusion. You know what you could use to ask Mabel? A makeover! She then pulled out a makeup kit. Now you look like a true winter. Luckily, I always come prepared with all sorts of makeup for every kind of complexion. Mabel then started working on Hyakkimaru's face. She then placed a crown of daisies on his head and handed him a handheld mirror. There, said Mabel. These colors really suit you. At that moment, Dipper came into the room. Mabel, don't torture Hyakkimaru with your makeovers, said Dipper. But you look so pretty, said Mabel. Pretty or not, I'm not going to let you make him feel uncomfortable. Dipper took Hyakkimaru's hand and dragged him out of the room. There, you didn't want to have Mabel put any of that stuff on your face now, did you? Hyakkimaru said nothing. Dipper started to feel a little awkward. No, usually I'm used to the other person talking once I finish talking, said Dipper. Hyakkimaru then placed his wooden hand on each of Dipper's face. Dipper blushed. You're not making the situation any less awkward than it already is, said Dipper. Dipper then looked at Hyakkimaru's prosthetics. They seemed primitive, yet they functioned quite well. Actually, you don't mind if I do some research on how your prosthetic works, do you? I can get my great Uncle Ford to help. Hyakkimaru said nothing. I'm going to take that as a go-ahead, said Dipper. Okay. I'm going at a very fast pace here. Dipper took Hyakkimaru over to his great Uncle Ford. Ford was quite astonished by Hyakkimaru's prosthetics that he had to do some testing on them to figure out how they worked. Sometime later, after some tests, Ford threw his papers in the air. Oh, I can't figure his prosthetics out, said Ford. What do you mean you can't figure them out? Asked Dipper. I just can't, said Ford. I tried every process of elimination I could. There are no wires, no buttons, no bionics, nothing about Hyakkimaru and his prosthetics make any sense. The fact that I have an identical twin and I'm the only one with extra fingers makes more sense than this. Dipper sighed, taking Hyakkimaru out of the room. Well, if my great Uncle Ford can't figure out, you really must be an enigma, said Dipper. Well, he comes from anime. He comes from Japan. At that moment, Zeus came into the room. Sup, Dipper? he said before noticing Hyakkimaru. Is this to do with the sword arms I was hearing about? I'd like to see them. Hyakkimaru unsheathed one of his sword arms, showing off to Seuss. Oh, sweet, said Seuss. Reminds me of that anime I've been watching lately. Kind of violent, but good. Some of the stuff in it doesn't make much sense. But trust me when I say the manga in 1969 anime makes even less sense. What was that anime called? Dororo? At that moment, Dororo and Grunkle Stan came into the room with money in their hands. That was a great idea you had about gluing signs to that weasel taxidermy. Dororo ran up to Hyakkimaru with the cash in his hands. Aniki, look at all the money we made. We'll be eating for days now. You know what? Why don't I take you guys out for lunch at Gracie's dinner? It's on me, said Grunkle Stan. Well, Grunkle Stan, that's surprisingly generous of you, said Dipper. Well, I have to show at least a little gratitude for getting ideas for scamming people from this kid here, said Grunkle Stan. Don't mention it, said Dororo. Okay, so 3 chapters left. Okay. Grunkle Stan took Dororo, Hyakkimaru, and the family over to Gracie's dinner. They were seated at a long table across from one another. So how did Hugh and Hyakkimaru meet? Asked Mabel to Dororo. Well, I was being attacked by some thugs in the river demon when Hyakkimaru showed up and beat them, said Dororo. At that point, he couldn't see, hear, speak, and he didn't even have skin. Like Helen Keller. Helen Keller didn't have skin? Wait, he didn't have any skin? How has he not died from infection? Asked Dipper. I don't know. As said Dororo. It's messed up to think too hard about it. I can't not think too hard about it, said Dipper. Dipper, if you think too hard on stuff, you're not gonna get anywhere in life, said Grunkle Stan. It landed me in college. Oh, that's actually pretty funny, said Ford. Yeah, last thing I want is to be surrounded by a bunch of nerds, said Grunkle Stan. Stanley, your ignorance is beyond comprehension, said Ford. So there are some things you don't know, Grunkle Stan. Lazy students brought over the entrees to each of them. Hyakkimaru was handed a plate of chicken fried steak swimming in milk gravy. He noticed everyone else using a fork to eat with. He grabbed a fork and a fist and stabbed the steak with the fork. He tried picking up the steak, only for some of the gravy to spill on him before it reached his mouth. He took a bite of the steak as some of it hung out like a panting dog's tongue. As he was chewing, he noticed everyone staring at him and he stopped, letting the rest of the steak fall to his lap. Why don't you get some chicken tenders and fries instead, suggested Maple. You don't need a fork to eat those. Mabel turned to a guy sitting at the table next to them, eating chicken tenders with fries and a fork. You monster! I mean, that sounds like something. This honestly is the first time that actually feels like something from Gravity Falls. Hyakkimaru came out of the bathroom after having lunch at Greasy's dinner. You okay, bud? Asked Dipper. Hyakkimaru groaned. Yeah, greasy food will do that to you, said Dipper. I got an idea, said Mabel. How about we visit the cemetery? I know a guy whose parents owe it, so we're good. Sounds creepy, said Dororo. Luckily, we'll have Hyakkimaru with us there. Okay, let's go, said Mabel. They walked over to the cemetery. There were tombstones, stone angels, and mausoleums everywhere. This is where we had to stop the zombie uprising not long ago, said Mabel. Luckily, they're easy to defeat. All you have to do is sing a 3-part medley and their heads explode. Okay. Oh, yeah, Season 2, Episode 1, I believe. It was at that moment they spotted Dipper and Mabel's teenage friends. Their friend, Wendy, spotted them. Hey, dude, sup? Wendy, hey, said Dipper. You're just in time, said Wendy. Thompson's just going to get us some honey from a tree. Thompson came back with some honeycomb, all the while holding a blue balloon and covered in mud and bee stings. I'm not doing any more dares for you guys, said Thompson. Wendy looked over at Dororo and Hyakkimaru. Oh, who are your new friends? Asked Wendy. Dororo and Hyakkimaru, said Mabel. Hyakkimaru saved us from an Itin moment. Dororo turned to Hyakkimaru. Aniki, show him your sword arms. Hyakkimaru unsheathed his arms. Whoa, that is awesome, said Leet. He should totally hang out with us, Nate. No, he shouldn't, said Robbie. Robbie, you're not jealous of Hyakkimaru, are you? Asked Wendy. No, said Robbie. Robbie, what did we say about lying? Said Wendy. Okay, fine. Jealous of him because I feel certain that he's cooler and possibly more emo than I am. Wait until Robbie eventually meets Sasuke Uchiha. Yeah, that's emo. That's King Emo right there. Happy? Said Robbie. Very much so, said Wendy. Say, Robbie, tell us about the ghost you saw last night, said Tambry. Well, I was out practicing my guitar when this pale, translucent lady with a mouth split from side to side came over to me, said Robbie. She asked me if she thought she was pretty, and I just stood there and screamed. So you didn't tell her she was pretty? Asked Mabel. I was scared, okay, said Robbie. I'm not used to seeing ghosts with their mouths split. Robbie, if a ghost asks if you think she's pretty, you say yes, said Mabel. You're just lucky she hasn't tried to kill you. At that moment, said Dororo, at that moment, an ominous fog rolled in, covering the cemetery. That's not a good sign, said Dipper. Well, time to get out the holy water. At that moment, a shapely figure in the murk appeared. Her feet were practically non-existent as it gradiated up towards a white robe and up to a head covered in messy black hair, tied back with a white triangular-shaped headband. Almost stood up about the woman was that she had a mouth that was cut from side to side in a permanent grin. As she approached, Dipper's bottle of holy water burst. It's a category 10! Screamed Dipper. Everyone, run while I get a silver mirror to chop her in. I'm staying, said Robbie. No, you need to leave. But I need to fulfill my redemption arc, said Robbie. Maybe another time, said Dipper as he pushed Robbie away. Everyone in the group left except for Hyakkimaru. You're not leaving? Asked Dipper. Hyakkimaru lifted one of his sword arms. Oh, right, you slay demons for a living, said Dipper. I guess I do need all the help I can get. At that moment, the ghost lifted a tombstone out from the ground, hurling it towards Dipper as he was getting out the silver mirror. Hyakkimaru grabbed Dipper and moved him out of the way. As he did, Dipper dropped the mirror on the ground, chattering it. No! Screamed Dipper. You people are all the same! Screamed the ghost as she lifted another tombstone. Always so judgmental of others' looks. She threw another tombstone at them as Hyakkimaru rolled out of the way with Dipper in his arms. Running away from me, I see. Typical, said the ghost. Always trying to run away from the monster. She threw a large rock at them. Hyakkimaru blocked the rock with his sword arms and proceeded to attack the ghost. But whenever he tried to hack at her, his sword arms passed through her. Hyakkimaru then stopped as he stared at her. Given up already, said the ghost. Best I take you with me. Pretty. Wait, what? Said Hyakkimaru. What? Said the ghost in shock. Lady pretty. Hyakkimaru went up to the ghost and kissed her. The ghost's eyes widened and started to fill up with tears. The samurai who did this to me said no one would ever find me pretty again. All I had wanted was someone to think I was beautiful. The ghost started to disappear along with the mist. Huh, you actually can speak, said Dipper to Hyakkimaru. Don't know you were able to kiss her when your sword passed through her. You know, that's actually a good point. How was he able to kiss her when his swords couldn't anime logic, let's just go with that. There's ghost waifus everywhere. Dororo and Hyakkimaru stood outside the mystery shop as they were ready to part ways. Do you really have to go? Asked Mabel. We'd love to stay, but we gotta go slay some more demons so we can get the rest of Hyakkimaru's body back, said Dororo. Maybe we can have a sequel to our meeting, said Mabel. I'm sure with time we will, said Dororo. Hyakkimaru bent down to Dipper and Mabel and hugged both of them. Goodbye, Dipper and Mabel, he said. Come on, Ikniki, let's go, said Dororo. Dororo and Hyakkimaru went on their way. Dipper looked over at Mabel, who had tears in her eyes. Mabel, why are you crying? Asked Dipper. I just love character development is all, said Mabel. I understand, said Dipper. Nothing about Hyakkimaru makes any sense, though. Just try to have a little suspension of disbelief, said Mabel. That's it? That's how it is? That's the end? Wow, weak sauce ending. So, what did I think about the story? Let me just... 2 out of 5. This was just too short to enjoy. Like, what? Just 3,000. Honestly, makes me wonder, why is this 7 chapters? That's my biggest complaint of this story, is why is it 7 chapters? Why is this unnecessarily 7 chapters? It's just, each chapter is, I guess you can kind of make an argument that each chapter would represent, Dipper or them showing Hyakkimaru something, but that's it. I would like to see a little more with the goats, at least something else. Everything was too rushed. It was just, it was funny. It's humor and friendship. It fulfills those criterias. Problem is, this is just way too short to get any proper enjoyment out of it outside of outside of a joke or two. So a 2 out of 3. It's like I'm not. There's no way I'm giving it a 1 out of 5 because it would have to be very, very bad to be a 1 out of 5. But this is just maybe I can push it to a 2.5. Yeah, I'll push it to a 2.5, but I can't. I'm not raising any more than that because the story is just too short to matter. Yeah, I guess you could say that. So tell me what you think in the comment section. This has been Dark Symphony 777 and cut.